So this is our Winter Be Kind product that I created about 7 years ago after doing a lot of experimenting. You've probably seen me demonstrate this on YouTube here. But anyway, I'm going to show you today how we're going to put one on. Hey everybody, David Burns, EAS Certified Master Beekeeper, and as you can see behind me here, there has been a hive that has fallen over. I actually had a school group that came to visit me today, and when they arrived at the bee farm down there, they told me, hey, one of your hives is knocked over. And I was like, you're kidding. So now I've driven back up here, and sure enough it is. I don't know why. The rest of them seem pretty stable. Let's just take a look. Wow! I mean, I'm pushing here really hard. It would take a lot for that to fall over. Let's see about this one. If I kind of pushed on it. Nope, it's not moving. So, first thing to come to mind is vandalism. You know, like maybe somebody wanted to play a trick and just came down here. Since I live close to this road, they thought they'd shove it over, but I don't think so, because I think they would have done, you know, a hive close to the road, not this one. The stand looks a little discombobulated. That's probably from when it actually fell. It could have got unbalanced, I guess. So it's a mystery why it fell. I'm going to just play with this one and see if it's, you know, showing signs of any. Oh, they're so solid. Can't move them. So anyway, what we're going to do now is put Humpty Dumpty back together again. I mixed up 1 gallon of my famous solution here. And it looks pretty awesome. I mean, I want to drink it. It looks so good. It's kind of foamy on top and everything, but I'm going to take it out, and it doesn't take long at all to hold this out here before bees are attracted to it. I can see bees already flying around me now. Look at that. So I'm going to carry it as we drive out and put it in a strategic place out there. I'm not going to leave it here or else it'll spill. So I'm just going to hold it as I drive away. Look at these bees. As I'm driving down the lane, these bees are hovering over the food. Look at that. Oh, one fell in. I'll get her out. Look how they're just matching my speed, trying to get this food. That's crazy. So while we're waiting on this, let's go fix the hive that fell over or was vandalized, and let's find out what happened, and let's put it back up where it's supposed to be. Let's get started fixing a knocked over hive. Well, that worked. They're a little bit unhappy, so I'm going to stay away for a few days. See if I can repair this stand. Well, they seem to be okay, finding their way back in. I'll come back in a couple of weeks. Still got to harvest honey off of these supers, off of these hives, but I would say overall it was a pretty easy reset. Not bad at all. Okay, so it's been exactly 30 minutes since we planted the baiting system of trying to get the bees drawn away from the hive that I want to inspect. So, oh my, wow, 30 minutes has made a huge difference. A lot of bees in 30 minutes. Look at them on that rock. Okay, so that's impressive. That's going to do the trick. I'm going to put this on. It's made up of amino acids, protein, a bunch of additives that we now sell in a package. If you want to refill these, we give you the recipe. Once you purchase one, we provide the recipe, and you can also buy the additives that come in my little vials, and that way you can mix it the same way that I do and have the same awesome food for the bees. But you can see up close how you can see little the protein and the amino acids and all are infused within the candy, but some of the protein, like the powder, you can still see that it's speckled throughout. If you don't see it, it doesn't mean it's not there. It just means that it just kind of clumped together more there. They're really good food for the bees in the wintertime. So in order to put it on, it's about 35 degrees, like I said, and I've got a honey super on that's pretty much full. And so the bees are right up here on top the last time I looked about a month ago. And so I wish I had a hat and a veil. Maybe I should go put one on. I don't know. I'm thinking about it. But I may look. If they get bad, I'll go get a hat and a veil. But if you had two people to do it, you could have one person take this off, the other person put the winter bee kind on, and they wouldn't fly up much. Even when I change my winter bee kinds in the dead of winter, when it's like 10 degrees outside and they need another one, I refill it, put another one back on. The bees still will fly sometimes up out of that cluster and defend the colony a little bit. Not bad, but a little bit. So always wear protective gear and see if that can happen. Now, once I open this top up like I'm doing, I'm breaking the propolis seal for winter. And that means that a good wind could blow it off. So when you put your winter bee kind on and you put the top on top of the winter bee kind, put a brick, something heavy on top, so that a gusty snowstorm doesn't blow the top off and the winter bee kind as well. Okay, so also I'm going to get ready to put this on. This is the important gap where the bees take their cleansing flight during the winter, and it allows moisture to escape out of the hive. I don't change my screen bottom boards. I leave them screened open all winter, and so that's not a problem for me. They need ventilation, and this is passive ventilation. A lot of the moisture from the cluster, a lot of you guys wrestle with too much moisture in the hive during the winter time, and bees die from moisture in there, and your combs get all moldy, don't they? Well, this is designed so that the moisture that the bees are producing, it gets absorbed in the candy and actually makes this candy much more pliable. Also, it's not uncommon for the bees to start making holes. They drill under the candy, they drop it down onto the top bars of these frames for easier access. It doesn't have to remain attached to this board at all. This is just an easy way to put it on. So don't freak out if you see that the bees have dislodged it and it's fallen off onto those top frames. It's fine. It's food going down to where the bees are. Sometimes I think they're purposely dropping this sugar down onto the cluster to get more bees eating the sugar. So let's see what happens if we pop this lid off. See if we can get the bees to really be nice and gentle and stay put today. They should be clustered, although the sun is warming this hive up pretty nice. Like I need a drum roll right here. Hopefully they're down low. Aren't they? They're down low. Very good. There's a few of them up here. Oh, there's a lot of nice honey that I've left on in this super. I want to put my ear there and listen, but I'm afraid I'll get stung in the ear. Oh yeah, it's roaring. You see them walking around a little bit. And if you do a little tapping, you'll see more bees come up. Watch. I don't want to do too much tapping. They're working their way up, but they're mostly clustered down lower. Gonna leave my beetle trap on there. It's fine. Let's see if I can feel some heat coming up. Oh yeah. Wow, it's a lot of warm air from the cluster coming up there. So this is a super I've left on for winter. It's pretty full. You can see it's got a lot of good honey in it. There's not many bees in it, right? Doesn't look like it. But when we lift up the hive like this, there are a lot of bees in it. You can see it right there. So we're gonna just leave it on there. And I'm gonna put my winter be kind right on top of this super because they're a little bit into it. I'm going to put it candy side down like this, and our foam installation is on top. This is going to give us the opening like this in the front. Let's see if I can square the super back up. Yep. I'm going to put the top cover back on, and then what this will be insurance in case the bees run out of that super and get hungry. I'll have this Winter Be Kind on top. This Winter Be Kind, if you purchase it, it does come with a refill recipe, and we also sell the ingredients that you can add to your sugar and how to boil it and pour it, refill it. It's really easy to refill. You can take these off in any temperature, as long as you don't lift the frame out. It works really nice. We're going to continue to sell these for about another 8 weeks, and then we're going to stop selling them because we simply just get to the point where we're done making them for the year, for the season. So if any of you are, this is November when I'm making these, we're going to be done making them probably sometime in January. So get yours ordered, get them on the hives. I usually try to put them on my hives before Christmas. I'm not in a big hurry to put them on. Sometimes I wait till January. Your bees should be healthy enough, by the way, to make it into January. It's when we get into February and March that the bees can run out of food on a bad winter season. And so this is going to be helpful. They will eat this sometimes in 2 weeks. Sometimes it takes them 2 months. Sometimes they'll go through their super first and then the Winter Be Kind. Sometimes they'll all go up and eat the Winter Be Kind, then eat the super. There's no rhyme or reason for what bees do. So this opening here is where the bees will be going in and out. So in that case, if you want to, I may wrap this hive, or I need to close this off to keep mice out, of course. I'm a lazy beekeeper sometimes. Not lazy, but I get distracted and don't do what I need to do with the hives. But it's time to block this off or reduce it so mice can't get in there. They haven't harvested the fields yet here. And you can see snow over here. Once they start harvesting, I think it drives more mice out. And so I do need to put those entrance reducers on before they harvest that field. Well, I think my idea, I've thought about this a lot, is when they chainsaw this, there's a gap of almost an inch here. I'm going to cut a piece of metal that will cover the bottom. I don't want mice to go in here. And they're going to have another piece of metal above that one that will overlap but have a little gap. I'll put a little piece of wood to make a gap. And the bees can go, and that'll keep the rain from coming in, and the mice can't climb up there. And then I have to decide about sealing this off here I don't really see it being used all that much. And I'm just going to stuff this full of something and try to keep the rain out of this as well. The other question is back here. I might throw a piece of metal on that to keep, I don't know, probably keep some mice out. That might do it. Yep, let's get to work. Well, it was sort of difficult for the bees to know where to go. So I'm going to try to change it. Well, I think what I'll do is leave the gap a little wider for a little bit and let them discover how to go in the middle, and then I can close her down and overlap it with the gap once they're used to that hole. Hello? What's that? Yeah, just drive on down. Somebody will take care of you. Somebody was looking for honey. They looked a little alarmed that that many bees were flying around and that I was standing in the middle of them. There's a lot of bees that were out foraging. And I think it's wise to leave this gap like this because the bees are going to be able to determine where the opening is by this dark gap. And then to keep rain out, I can provide a little overlap later on. But it will take these bees a little bit to get familiarized with that new opening. They're used to seeing a big black hole. And as you can see, they're all just kind of flying around confused. But on the other hand, you can see a lot of them using it already. Okay, not a lot, but some. And I've got bees in my hair. Oh, so here's something new. It's like, why are bees on a cedar tree in the fall? I mean, by the hundreds. I can't really see if they're getting pollen or what. I do have a mentorship program that you may be interested in. 200 people around the country are a part of it right now, and it's called Bee Team 6. You pay less than $5 a week, but you have access to me anytime. You can call my personal cell phone. You get me. There's no secretary. You call me, I answer. Hi, this is David. And you say, hey, I got a bee problem. You can text me on my phone. You can send me an email. I can't do this for the whole world because it's overwhelming, to be honest with you. But I'm willing to put the time in, roughly around 200 people that I can invest helping them and be at their beck and call, so to speak. So if you're interested in that, I'll put a link down below. Look for Bee Team 6. Check it out. It may be a mentorship program that will really help you, especially going into winter. You can get in touch with me now and help get your bees prepared for winter. So that's a way that you can have more access to ask me questions, and I'll give you advice. It's really been a blessing for a lot of people around the country. So check that out below. Also, I ask you to please subscribe. I really love having more subscribers. All you got to do is hit the subscribe button. There's no cost to it. It just allows you to know when I make a new video like this one. You'll be notified. It's a big help to have a lot of subscribers, so I appreciate that so much. Thank you. Also, give us a thumbs up and visit our website at honeybeesonline.com. We really do appreciate you supporting our family business. This is all we do. We don't make money any other way, and we just make money off the gracious products that our gracious customers are willing to buy off of us. And so that's how we make a living. So anything that you send our way in the way of your bee business, we greatly appreciate, especially my online courses. That is, I spent so much time making these online courses, and you can watch them from the convenience of your home. You can take these courses that help you so much in your beekeeping endeavors. So check out all my online courses, and you'll just watch videos of me teaching you from any device, your smartphone, your computer, your iPad or tablet or whatever, and you can watch them from the convenience of your home. And if you want to pause and watch them 2 days later or this winter, it's at your convenience. It's really nice way to be trained in beekeeping. Let me be your mentor. I really enjoy that. So thanks again for watching. I'll see you next time. So let's try it again.
We're just Go, I didn't stop. You can just cut it out.
Okay. This will give us enough to get rolling. Whoa, that's hot. All right. It is, when I invented this and created it and monitored it with, I had technology in the hive to observe it all, but I noticed that my bees, every year, they'll go through about 4 of these winter bee kinds, each colony. I see what it looks like when bees are feeding on this. You can see it's some of the candy the bees are eating, and they purposely drop it down toward the more of the bottom of the cluster, where the cluster's lower. They're just eating away that good food. Usually takes about 4, sometimes more, but rarely is it less than 4. So I would suggest that you purchase several of these, at least 2. Like if you have a hive, 1 hive, if you have 2 winter bee kinds, you can have 1 on there, and you can have 1 back at the house that you're filling and putting candy in, and getting it ready to replace the one that's on there now. So you don't want to have to take 1 off and then not have something on there. The colony can get very dependent upon eating the food that's located in that particular winter bee kind, and so what's going to happen is if you don't keep 1 on there, they're going to get used to that food and start laying a lot of eggs, and then you don't give them the winter bee kind, you don't refill it, they're going to die because they don't have the support that they thought they did when you were feeding them. So keep 1 on there until we get into this in the spring.